Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Nova Oracle Vibe here, back with a video, and this time it will be a pick a card reading. So please go ahead and support your girl by subscribing to the channel, hitting the subscribe button, the like button, and maybe the hype button for hyping the video, okay? I would love to also know in the comments below if this video resonates with you. And we're gonna go ahead and get started with the messages here, guys. So how this works is I have laid out 3 cards here for you, each with a gemstone or a healing crystal on top. Now you will choose the card based on your intuition, whichever one that you feel the most drawn to, and that is the card that you will get, and we will get started with the reading for your group. Okay, now if you feel drawn to more than one card, go ahead and watch the messages for those, because those messages could be for you and that you could also be resonating with that as well. So here's how it works. Group number 1 will be the Amethyst card. Group number 2 will be the Ocean Jasper card, and then group number 3 will be the Selenite card. And for each of these readings, they will be extremely detailed for your card only and the gemstone that you chose. So go ahead and look in the description box, guys, and see which card will start for you. And then of course, please feel free to just look through the video if more than one card, of course, aligns with you. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with group number 1, then 2, and then 3. All right, guys, thank you so much. And of course, this will be looking towards the messages that you need to hear right now, what your soul is craving and what you would like to do right now in life. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's go and let's do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move these cards to the side here. Okay, all right. So first up is the Amethyst card. Okay, guys, so here we have the Amethyst. Go ahead and check it out. This is the one that you chose. And, as I was sitting here and as I'm meditating here, I'm really thinking about what it's like for you to truly experience love for yourself, to truly grasp onto that love and to also run with it, because 2026 has been a year, right? It's been a year for a lot of us. And, as I'm thinking about it right now, about the sole purpose of what a lot of us are here to do, we're here to create, we're here for self-love, but we're also here for rejuvenation. So this is, go ahead and just set this right here. This is the card for you. And we're gonna go ahead and get started with your reading, Amethyst, aka group 1. So the card for you that came out is transformation. Wow, look at this. It's like the butterfly that I have right below right here. You got transformation and amethyst. So what I'm seeing right now for you, group 1, is that a lot of you are going through a transformation where you feel like there's just things that have happened in your life, right? Like you've shedded a lot of skin in order to get to where you're at. And it feels like a lot of you are going through like seasons of change here, okay? Like there could have been, major changes between fall to summer, maybe like spring to fall, right? But I'm seeing some of the changes here, and it really could go well with like your metamorphosis. A lot of you could have gone through some major life changes that have gotten you to where you are at right now. And so now that you're going through this period of transformation, you may be going through a period where you're changing some things about yourself. Maybe a lot of you are looking into see like, what is next for me in life right now? What is next for me in career? What else can I do? Because maybe you've gotten to a place of comfortability and you want to be able to expand yourself. So that is a really, really good card. A lot of you are also going through some spiritual transformation, and it's very clear because you're again like looking at yourself from like a spiritual mirror, so to speak, and you're seeing how many changes have you made within the past year. This could also be a wake-up call for you to start making more changes, or to start letting go of certain things, so that way you can make room for those things that will come in for you. And I think that's extremely beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and see what other cards kind of align for you here that's coming up, and what else can we expect for you for group 1. Okay, saying stop here. So you have focus, trust, voyage, flow. Yeah, so again, I'm seeing that a lot of you are, going through this transformation of, do I just go for the things that I want? How would I even go about it? Would I need to lean into what I know more? Do I need to take action, or do I need to slow down? And for what it's worth, going through a transformation seems very effortless, right? Like it's something that you go through naturally. And a lot of you could be learning about yourself through the trips that you're taking, maybe even through like the little journeys that you're going for yourself. Some of you may be going out alone more often, and that's not because you don't like people, but I think it's because you're very drawn to the metaphysical right now. You're very drawn to connection with the self, and with that, it's about trusting where you're at in life, right? Some of you may be going through a period of transition right now where you're switching careers, or you're looking to see if you can maybe like change the trajectory of where you're at right now, just so that you can sharpen your focus. I also see that a lot of you are sharpening a skill and maybe focusing on like a specific niche subject that you're doing right now. Maybe you want to put this into focus soon. And I think that's a very powerful tool. Now, a lot of you have, I guess, that need for flow, right? That need for things to kind of come into fruition for you, that need to let go of that control and really trust the process. And, with this growth coming in here, and right now, as I'm talking about this, you may be thinking to yourself, well, okay, so I know I'm going through a transformation. I may or may not feel like the changes, but I feel that something good is coming towards me, or something big or pivotal is coming towards me. Maybe an event that is about to unfold, or maybe I'm about to meet someone important. That's the kind of feeling that I get here looking at the transformation card. And with focus, it's really telling you that whatever it is that you have been interested in, to say it's go ahead and it's safe to like learn these things. It's safe to like put your energy into this and really like put your mind to what it is that you want. Like I said, like some of you may be thinking about a trip right now, or for some reason, you seem to operate better in the daylight more than the nighttime, or maybe it's the reverse for you in the nighttime more than the daytime, because we have some alternating skies. And even though they're both very dark, but for some of you, you may think that you operate better during certain times of the day, and that's okay. And maybe that's where you think the best. Like a lot of us are forced to stick to like a strict schedule within our work day, and to think, maybe maybe I'm not technically a morning person, or I'm not like a 9 to 5 person, but I have to work and, be a part of this schedule. Well, this is just letting you know that, hey, like just because you're working a certain schedule in the daytime doesn't mean that you can't do some of your best work on the opposite hours here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look for some of the events that are surrounding you right now with the tea leaf cards, and what are some of the things that are very pivotal for you right now. Okay, group one. Ooh, okay, so we got some cards that fell out. So we have grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Mule, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. And 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. Yeah, so it's very similar to what I was saying earlier with transformation here. Some of you are going through a transformation where you're not really expecting this type of change, and this could be you that's maybe a little bit stubborn and unwilling to change, even though the transformation is happening right in front of your eyes, right? Even though the transformation is happening, like maybe not even within like the present realm, and like you're over here wondering, well, when is this ever going to change for me? When are things ever going to get better for me? And it seems like for you, the transformation is already happening, or it is already in the works, right? But sometimes, even though we crave this change, we may be hesitant towards it because it's scary, because it's not something that we so much think that we want right now or that we need, but that's something that is going to happen regardless, right? And you're wanting to handle certain situations a little bit more carefully, right? Some things require more careful handling, and again, some of you are going through this focus where like maybe you're concentrating on things that you want to be able to study, right? Like maybe some of you are going through like a study right now, or that you're learning something, you're taking on those studies and you're trying to perfect it, or you're trying to make some progress with it, if not some sort of like perfectionism that comes with it, okay? But it seems here that like once you've let go and once you've like really give into that transformation, that there's a lot of good fortune ahead. Now, for those of you who are career focused or are looking into that, I do see that, within the coming months or so, specifically within the winter, is where, you may start to see some motion. When I say winter, it could also be cold weather. It doesn't have to be winter, right? But it could be something that is really significant when it comes to like the coldness. Like things may be picking up for you when the weather is starting to slow down. And that's what I'm clearly seeing here. Now, for those of you who struggle with sleep, right, I am seeing that some of you, again, I talked about night and day earlier, as a thinker, right, whether you think better during the day or night. But for those of you who have been struggling with sleep, you could be doing certain things to help you sleep better, right? Like you could be, having like a little ritual, or maybe making a cup of warm tea for yourself, reading before bed, right? These things all seem very pivotal, as the time goes on, because you're trying to focus on your wellness here. And you're realizing that with this transformation, it can become very uncomfortable for you, especially because you're having to realize, oh, I need to take care of myself more. I have been neglecting that, and I need to go ahead and maybe make it worth it for myself. Maybe go ahead and just look into why I have been struggling to go to sleep, or maybe he's trying to stay asleep as well. Okay, so that's kind of coming in for a lot of you. So we're gonna go ahead and look into your tarot here, and just to kind of see like what kind of messages, what are some of the themes that are revolving for you that you need to hear right now. Yeah. See, so some of you could have gone through a period of pain to where it caused you to go through this transformation. And it may have been a time where you thought to yourself, like if I don't change now, then I'm always going to stay in the same situation. And a lot of it, could be due to like the pain that you experience. It could be due to the heartbreak that you experienced in the past. For what it's worth, it's really causing you to really go within, and you're like, all right, I need to like realize that there are some things that are outside of my control, and then there are some things that are within my control that I am able to change, but it starts with me. And a lot of you are realizing that, because of what you went through, that you're thankful for the lessons, like you may not have always been able to see it, but these lessons have really carried you forward. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful realization to have as a human being, right? It's a realization that, yes, I have so much more to give, and there's protection amongst me. And, that's something that I'm focusing on. Now, a lot of you in group one, you may be focused on money or needing to start something within your career. And, I had mentioned this earlier, that you're currently working towards something here. And here with great and good fortune, there's going to be an abundance coming in for you. And the time that you're seeing this is the time that you're meant to see it, because this is the time for you to really collect and really focus on your money, focus on your finances, and to really take in, what it is that is important to you, right? A lot of you are seeing the changes that are coming, and you want to be able to adapt to these changes. Hence, again, we have the transformation here. So like I said, a lot of you are focusing on maybe like manifesting something within money, within career, and it's really important that you spend some time to really reflect on what it is that you want. I am seeing here again with focus and with flow that you are doing exactly that, right? And if you start to speed up at any time, you guys, about what it is that you want, you may find out, oh, it's probably best that I do slow down. This is probably what's best for me right now. And it's a very deep realization, right? So again, like I said, for a lot of you, you're very money focused. And I can see that you're so money driven because, you're wanting to start something new, maybe a new beginning, but it's not moving as quickly as you would like it to be. Well, this is the time for you to maybe reevaluate some of your goals, what you can do, and then go from there. But it's going from one thing to another. It's, pain turned into something maybe very fruitful, very plentiful, and something that will really inspire you here to keep going. So, here's a simple reminder for you, right? A lot of you, you're like, well, I know I'm going through all of this. Is there a timeline to this process? Is there a timeline where I can like fully, come into like whatever it is that I'm meant for? And honestly, the big answer is no. Like there isn't like a huge answer to like when this will come, but it will start to come the moment you realize that, hey, this transformation is already happening with or without my control. What matters most is what I do with it, and maybe like the lessons that I'm learning from it. A lot of you are also in your feelings right now. Very in your feelings, you could be in a period of your life where you're maybe more susceptible to like doom scrolling or looking through things. But I'm also seeing that a lot of you need that, for some self-regulation, especially because you maybe are at a period of slowdown where your mind needs to sort of just rest and recuperate, right? So much so that you are shedding an old skin. I also see that, you could be using your phone a lot for something. This could be like creation of some sort, right? You could be creating something on your phone. You could be using your phone a lot to like film or to do something that is very meaningful to you. A lot of you could be in creativity, or like you're more prone to creativity and projects of that sort. But, there's also a need for you to like slow down and maybe balance some of the things that you want to do, especially if you're known to like want, again, like I said, that quick result is all I'm getting. But I see like there's just great change ahead for you. And for those who are focused on your money, it's saying to go ahead and slow down, that it's safe to slow down and maybe to start planning, that you don't need to push everything to the forefront right away if you're currently in the middle of just planning it out. And maybe that's it, right? Maybe that's you, coming into your own and really seeing, okay, like this is, this is what I need to do. This is how I need to maybe focus on. And maybe like this will come, even though I do want to see the results. But as whether that's money or spiritual, the big point is that there's some sort of change that's going in here. There's some sort of change that you're currently experiencing. Maybe like you didn't see something the way you were meant to see it before, but now that you do. And a lot of you are also going within, and maybe some people in your life are mistaking that for you being in isolation, when really you're just choosing solitude because you know that you're changing. And you're changing and evolving as a person. For those of you who are looking for a job, I am seeing more stability coming in. And that's because, there's good fortune in the background. This is something that is fleeting. This is something that you're currently working towards. I also want to say again about your sleep. If you feel like you have not been resting well, this is the time to look into why that is and how you can, go ahead and manifest this in your sleep. As you're sleeping, like what are you doing? What are you putting in the work for as you're going to bed? Can you say that you've ended your day and feel like you have looked within enough? Okay, some of these messages are very important because they mean a lot to you. I am seeing that, like, for some of you who are driving, you know, like maybe you might have to like fix your car or something, or like there's some maintenance coming up, or like your car is sort of like an emphasis right now in some way. So it's also letting me know that, again, there's some of you who are changing things about yourself, whether that's external or internal. You know, it's very much a change, and you do want to see that change through, and maybe that you're hoping that other people will see that change in you. And maybe that's just it, right? It's the transformation that you're going through. Yes, it's for you, but at the same time, you're hoping that others can see this as well and see that you've changed as a person, or that there's a lot more that you have to give. So with that being said, group 1, these are some of the messages that you need to hear right now. It sounds like a lot of you are going through this transformation and you're not alone, but at the same time, this is something very pivotal for you. And whatever it is that you're working on, please, you know, take the time to yourself to really focus, go within, and then also don't change anything that's, you know, or outside of your control, because you're not able to. You're able to change everything that's within your control and how you feel about it, and that's all that counts. So thank you so much, group 1. I really, really appreciate your time. And of course, please hit the subscribe button. You know, I appreciate the messages. Now, if you feel like you're going to resonate with another group, go ahead and watch that group. And like always, you know, I'm here, so please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and we're gonna go on and go to the next group here. Okay, no fluff, gonna go to the next group here. So thank you so much, group 1. Have a great rest of your day. If you are leaving, bye. If you are staying, then I will see you in the next video section here for group 2. All right, so for group 2, we have here the ocean Jasper. So for group 2, you have picked the ocean Jasper here. Healing properties, protection, clarity, warmth, connected to yourself and the earth and where you want to be. So group 2, for your card, you have picked standstill. Some of you are at a period in your life where you're needing to sort of stop and focus. Maybe there's something within you that you're thinking, all right, I'm heading towards a time where I need to just stand back and just think about what it is that I want in life. And you're thinking, you know, if I were to change, how far can I go? Because I'm seeing a lot of you are being very reflective, thinking about maybe your past. And if you're seeing this message, you're meant to see it. So a lot of you are thinking about the past, thinking about what kind of things can you do in order for you to thrive. But I'm also just not getting thrive as well. I'm getting like you're being in reflective mode. Like this is a period of reflection for you, of thinking about your life. You know, there's maybe a fine line between nostalgia and also being just plain reflective. Think of it like reflective journaling or listening to a music that feels very cathartic. It feels very real and you're experiencing this in real time. So let's go ahead and look at what other messages we have for you for group 2. What other messages are surrounding your life right now that you need to hear? So you have community, you have your card standstill, you have action, voyage, and focus. You know, group one also got some similar messages on their focus and like where they're standing right now in life. And it sounds like for you as well, except a lot of you are ready to take action. Okay, you're ready to make some moves here on what it is that you want. You could also be, you know, going out or thinking much deeper or thriving much more in like sunset settings or warmer settings, something along the lines of like sunset, dawn to dusk type situation. A lot of you could be staying out till then, right? Staying out till sunset even. Or you're thinking a lot more. The colors that are really drawing out to me right now are like the oranges, the pinks, the yellows. Really warm colors that set you into the sunset. And this is what being in standstill feels like for you. You're in a mode of needing to just kind of sit with yourself, right? And needing to sort of sit in that solitude. Not so much isolation, but solitude. I see you getting out there more into the community and being more in touch with nature. And you're more in touch with the earth. It feels very, very, you know, resonating with what's going on here for you and why maybe you were so drawn to this card. A lot of you are finally stepping in and really understanding where your roots are. Some of you are understanding maybe where your heritage is from, or you're embracing more of your heritage, your culture, or your background. And you're really going from within, especially if you have some sort of indigenous background or native background, or for those of you who just have a deep cultural background. Your family is from another location and you're feeling very connected to your roots, even though, you know, you're not understanding the complete reason why. You just feel very connected to your roots. For some of you, it's intentional and that's something that you've been wanting to connect to for a while. For others of you, you know, it feels like it isn't so much purposeful, but it's more like a message for you. Like, you're here to learn more and connect the dots within yourself. I'm seeing that for some of you, if you feel like you are more into like careful planning, or you're kind of stepping back to see what the actions are, you are going to take action on something. You might be manifesting something that you have been brainstorming about, or you have a project to work towards. I'm seeing that finally come to light. And you're going to be very busy and hardworking. You're going to be working towards something. Some of you may travel for work, but for others of you, I'm getting a trip. And there's something that you signed up for that you want to commit to. Being around people who are important to you are very important in general. And you're wanting to expand your knowledge, you're wanting to expand your time. And that could very well mean, you know, going the distance here, or that could mean like maybe going out of your way in order to learn something, or in order to maybe manifest something, purchase something, really put something into action. But you're putting it out there that you're invested. Some of you are looking into investing. Okay, this could be a physical investment or an emotional investment in something, but you are investing in something that feels very manageable or tangible. I'm seeing that's coming up. If you are making a big purchase, I am seeing that go through. Some of you could be making a big purchase that you feel like would benefit your life, or that you're making this purchase in order for you to expand your horizons. So let's go ahead and see what themes for you are coming up here in the tea leaves. Let's see what messages and themes are coming up for you here. Okay, so we had a card that fell out. Wow, look at this. This is beautiful. Okay. So, you know, group 2, I'm seeing that there is an alignment here, okay? Some of you who are focused on work, you know, there could be a new business idea or like a work idea that you put into at work, and it's really important. For others of you here, I am seeing a birth of something. Some of you could be pregnant, but if it's not pregnancy, it's literally a birth of an idea, a birth of something new. Because here you have stork twice. This is incredible, by the way. Storks are known for, you know, delivering babies and for delivering ideas. So this could be very well a news of a birth or a new business opportunity that you are venturing into. But you have double confirmation here, so let's lock in. You have a stork here and you have a stork here. You can't tell me no. That's insane. For some of you, you know, love could very well be prominent for you. You could be dealing with a man, or you know, you are a man watching this, but very well some of you could be dealing with somebody with dark hair. Or this man could be important to you. If not, then you are embodying some masculine energy. Remember, you know, it can be reversed, but the messages here are very strong. Some of you are owning that masculinity. Others of you, you are involved with somebody here, and you take that how it resonates for you, group 2. But this is a period for you, you know, it's reminding me of the death card here, right? There's an ending and a beginning. So just as much as, you know, you're going through maybe something that you feel frustrated about, like it hasn't fully manifested in the way that you want to yet. And so you may be going through that period of maybe being a little frustrated, right? But there's a lesson to be learned here for you. And I'm seeing that it's happening for very good reason, that you're meant to go what you're going through right now in order to move forward in life. And some of you are very focused on certain areas. You know, for many of you, it's love. I am seeing that very strongly here. But for others of you, it's a connection to something external, like work. But when I say love originally, you know, I don't just mean romantic love. I mean, this could also be love within yourself. That maybe like it's been really difficult to love yourself, and here you are wanting to just pour your heart out into it and show that love to yourself. That's really beautiful. Now, for those of you who maybe worried about work or like what's to come at work, I'm seeing here that your talents are not being used enough, that, you know, you are able to go the distance if you wanted to. A lot of you can put effort into something that you care about. And if you're not putting effort into it, maybe you gotta, you know, check within. Why are you feeling this way? Does this have to do more internal or external? Are you happy with your environment? Whether that's external or internal. Are you happy from within? Like I said, a lot of you, you know, you could be focused on that self-love, what it means to fully put yourself first, prioritize yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and get some themes for you here with the tarot for group 2. Right. So, like I said, you know, like some of you, you're learning what it's like to really, really go within and see what is benefiting you. You know, like we had standstill in the very beginning. You're very much going into like a standstill mode before you take action, right? And then you're out there and you're expanding your horizons, going out into the community. But it also feels like while you're doing this, you're really just standing your ground, and you're kind of like wanting to see who will be with me at the end, you know? If this is an opportunity, who's going to stand with me? Who wants the best for me? Because I'm seeing that, like, you may notice that some of the, the people that you work with may not have your best interests at heart, or like you really got to be on your own here. Maybe you're trying to manifest and see like what successes can come for you. Okay. But you're charging it with knowledge and power. And for those of you, you're either embodying that like masculine side to yourself, that masculinity of like, just a masculine energy, not so much any traits that like of you needing to take charge or anything like that. It's more like you embodying like the divine masculine here. And some of you are rushing in for that knowledge, rushing in, to be able to like focus on your task at hand. Some of you may be going to some events that would teach you a lot about your own self and your own interests. For example, like you could be going to a show or something of some sort, or you could be watching a movie that would really change your perspective on who you are as a person, because it really relates back to you. It really reflects back to what's important to you. And for what it's worth, again, you know exactly what to do. You know exactly how to get yourself out of this funk, so to speak. Like, you want to be able to focus on yourself, but at the same time, like I said, a lot of you have like this ability to just think and think and think, but you don't do things. And now this is the time for you to actually do something, for you to actually put something into action. Like I said, some of you are going out until sunset. Some of you, there's something significant with sunsets, or significant with like, like vanilla skies, right? Like I mentioned something earlier about like the oranges, the yellow, the pinks, like those type of colors are going to be very, very fruitful for you coming up. And whenever you're watching this, if you start to see and notice more of like the sunsets, there's something very pivotal for you. Something could be happening for you around the time that there's a sunset, or the sun is setting, or you're having like some sort of aha moment, like some ideas coming into fruition for you during that time of the day. But you're rushing into your power here, and you're seeing that like your intellect will take you far. Okay. Like I said, some of you may be from a different background. So again, you may be more connected to your roots. And group 2, what I'm seeing, there is a birth of something, okay? There is a birth of a new idea, or something that you're manifesting. And you're not just now manifesting internally, you're actually going to put it into action. And you're going to just make it work. Okay? For others of you, you're delivering a news, or you're about to deliver a baby even. And that's a very specific message for some of you, right? Who are drawn to this group too. But there's something about birthing or fertility, or like a birth of an idea that's coming into play. Either this has to do with baby, or this has to do with business. It's one of them two B's. So, if you're going through a period where you need to, or at least you're feeling like you need to rush, the main card I have for you here is standstill. That you may feel like a need to rush into something, but it's saying that just slow down, because there are lessons to be learned here. There's something that you need to do before you can move forward. And you'll get that answer, like I said, during certain times in your day that are very pivotal for you. Okay, so this is what I have for you, group 2. If this message resonates, if you were drawn to more than one card, you can go ahead and go back to group 1's readings, or go ahead and wait for group 3, okay? So thank you very much for tuning in, and we're going to go ahead and go straight into group 3's videos, or video segment, I should say. And yeah, here we go. So this is going to now be group 3's readings. So let's go ahead and lock in. Okay, group 3. So you started with this card and you chose Selenite here. Okay, so bringing clarity, protection, and even some sort of cleansing is in order for you, I feel. There's some sort of cleansing that you're going through, or something that feels very monumental for you. Okay, so you could be feeling like you need a cleansing of some sort, or you're needing to maybe cleanse yourself, cleanse your soul. But let's see what card you got. You got protection here. Okay, so this is very similar to what I just said. And mind you guys, please, like, all of these cards were chosen on intuition. So if you did choose this card and you got protection, and you happen to have selenite as well, this is a very fruitful card. There's something that you are feeling protective of. This could be of your own peace. This could also be a message for you to protect yourself coming up, right? Protecting yourself from those who may not always have like your best interest at heart, but what I'm getting here is more like protection for yourself. You've been more spiritually connected to yourself and your roots, that this is the main energy here. You're not just protecting your peace, you're protecting your finances, you're protecting your emotional health, your physical health, spiritual health. This is like an all-around type of health. But you're also protecting your space here. For those of you who are planning to move, I'm seeing that you're planting your roots or your seeds where you want to grow. For those of you who are leaving or moving to another location, I am seeing that like this would be a time for you to reconnect with which way do you want your furniture or to orient your space in. Some of you are protective of something that may be good coming towards you, but you're protective of that because of what you've been through, because of what you've gone through. If you have Earth within your chart, you guys, okay, if you have an Earth sign within your chart, so Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, this time could be very significant for you, or you're just drawn towards more grounding energy. For those of you who have been feeling like, what is it that I need right now? I'm seeing like protection is in order. That there's something that you are naturally protected towards or protective towards. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some of your other messages that are coming up for you, group 3, and what messages do you need to hear? Wow, beautiful cards, group 3. Absolutely beautiful. You have Gateway. You have your card, which is protection, illumination, enlightenment, and adventures. So like I said, a lot of you are protective over something, or there's something that you're wanting to keep, and this could be your own peace, your own values, something that you've been wanting to kind of work towards. A lot of you are entering into a very spiritual space where you feel like you're realizing a lot about yourself and your life, a lot about your relationships as well, I'm seeing. You're realizing what you need and don't need, and maybe some of those needs, some of those unmet emotional needs, you're now realizing that it's also okay to give that to yourself, to give that back to yourself. Some of you will do well in literally just being outside in nature, taking a walk, maybe going on a little mini journey. There's something in life right now where you're really craving to go somewhere. And I just don't mean trip. I mean, it could be a trip for some of you, but I don't just mean a trip. I mean something that would like change your outlook. That I'm seeing like there's something healthy with that, right? Like you're wanting to go out. For those of you who have been practicing spiritually over something, you know, you're connecting and going into a different gateway here of wanting to do something different. A lot of you are opening up your third eye spiritually, or you're having very vivid dreams. And these dreams are messages, you know, people from your past could be appearing in your dreams, telling you a message, sending you a message about yourself. These are all messages that you have sent to yourself. But there could be very specific people in your dream that have certain messages to give you or to tell you. And it's your job to look at what kind of personality do they have in your dream, who do they usually represent, what are they like in your dream, are they calm, are they diplomatic, what kind of traits do they carry? Because the person who's delivering that message in your dream could also be telling you this is something that you need to practice within yourself, to go within, because whatever is coming up for you is calling for you to now be this way. It's calling for you to take on these traits and act this way, because what's coming in for you is good. You're going through a major spiritual like wavelength right now. Maybe even a transformation or a journey right now, but you're going through something very, very spiritually driven. And you're wanting to protect yourself. You're wanting to protect your peace and your space. There's something here that's saying, go for it. Because you're feeling more confident. So let's go ahead and look into some of the themes for you here, group 3. Wow. Wow. So you have Diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Basket, recognition, reward for merit. And Pale, time to get out of the situation. So like I said, a lot of you are in this space where, you know, you're needing to change something. You're going through a very much spiritual transformation. Okay. And, you know, there's a lot of you that are entering like this period of like self-confidence, self-righteousness, that you know that you're going to be acknowledged for something great. This could be at work, but this could also be just you even, you know, getting recognition from strangers, people you see out on the street. Maybe your aura is very high right now. And I am seeing that like it's like a golden opportunity, you know, like if a person were a golden opportunity, it's you. Like you have this aura around you that people are very drawn to. And maybe as of recently, you're seeing like more people are talking to you, or people just want to be drawn to you, give you things, be nice to you. Like they're just drawn to you. And you could very well be receiving a gift. A really nice gift from someone too, by the way. If it's not you getting one, it's you giving one. But it seems like there's an exchange of something, like a healthy exchange. But I am seeing that like, even through all this, you know, you're trying to get out of a situation that no longer is prevalent in your life. It may have helped you in the past before, but it no longer is. And you're having this realization. A lot of this is very internal. It's an internal illumination that you have within yourself. For those of you who haven't seen family in a while, you may be seeing family as well. You may be reconnecting with your roots. Like I said, this could very well be your childhood roots. But there's something here that's calling for your attention. That's calling for you to look from within and maybe rediscover something about yourself here. A lot of you are channeling this through music. That music is helping you to feel like nostalgic, or helping you to channel the messages that you need to look at. You're needing to fill up space for something. I don't know what this space is. It could be very much a physical space for some of you that you're needing to fill up some space, or it's an emotional space, an emotional need that you have. And I'm seeing that you're wanting to give that to yourself. Also, some of you are eating more vegetables without even realizing you're just nourishing your body. This could be the time where you're just like craving that more. But it feels very like driven. Like your body almost needs it and you're not even realizing, oh, look, I am literally eating this. I don't know. I'm literally eating this celery stick, or I'm literally like eating more greens and I didn't even know. I was just craving for it. I'm also getting like, this is major TMI, but for some of you, like you've been going to the restroom regularly and in a good way. Like you've literally been nourishing yourself, you guys, and you're kind of like, you're not even thinking about it. You're just replenishing your body. And I'm seeing here that, you know, even with some of the attention that you've been getting, that there's a need for you to, like, again, protect yourself, protect your peace. I'm just seeing protection. That's like the main message here. So we're going to go ahead and look into some of the themes for you as well with tarot. Like I said, some of you are getting a lot of attention. You're getting a lot of attention, and you don't necessarily know why people are just very drawn to you at this time in your life. It's like you're not even really working towards it other than just being nice, being yourself, but people are really looking towards you for something. It seems like you bring something out in them, or you're channeling something within yourself, and people are like just drawn or gravitated towards you as a person. You're also rushing towards something here, and not in a bad way, but there's something that like your soul is just like, yes, I am running towards it. And this could very well be like the opening that we were talking about, the gateway that we were talking about. Some of you could be really running towards money, or like an opportunity is what I'm hearing, a golden opportunity. I keep getting gold for some reason. Like I think earlier I said like you were like a golden person or gold aura or something about you. Gold could be very significant to you, or a significant color. And a lot of you could be protecting your assets or protecting what you already have, what you're already building. Like I said, I keep seeing like nourishment, veggies, like gold. That's very prominent right now. Some of you are taking care of your skin, collect. You're taking care of yourself, your skin. You're reaching some sort of enlightenment. You're doing things at a much quicker not necessarily like you're rushing, you know, like not a quicker pace per se, but you're doing things more efficiently is what I'm hearing. You're doing things more efficiently. And some of you, you know, if you're looking to get out of a situation that has been causing you some sort of stress or trouble, I'm seeing that you're able to like get yourself out of that situation soon. Either you're going to be talking to someone, like you're going to have a conversation with someone about it, or you're going to get the details and information that you need from someone, and then you're going to take that with you and run with that information. Like that information will essentially set you free, or what I'm hearing is that information will help you to realize like it's time for you to leave. Wow. This is beautiful. The color red could be very significant to you during this time for whatever reason. Doesn't have to be, right? Like someone's like nail polish could be red, or someone could be seeing red more or could be drawn to red more. But I'm seeing red, like a nice red too. And some of you are like literally just being out and about in nature. But at the end of the day, when you go home, you know, you have like big goals that you want to achieve. And I think some of you are keeping that to yourself because you're really trying to work under the curtains here and let the success be the noise, you know? So this is very, very beautiful for you, group 3. This is currently what I have for you. Go ahead and, you know, if you feel drawn to some of the other cards, feel free to like watch the videos for groups 1 and 2. I really much appreciate your time here. And I appreciate you here just obviously being here in this space with me. I appreciate all of that. So please like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what you think, okay? And you know, we're gonna go ahead and get back into the readings here. I hope you liked this segment, and I hope you have a great rest of your time. So thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys later. Bye.